Movie leftovers.
Yeah. Oh, like the dragon. He comes in with the smoke.
I love how you cut it in right there.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Yeah.
How are you?
What's going on, man?
Nothing. I'm good. Work's crazy. Life is less crazy. It's like I have a lot going on, but I got nothing going on. You
I
know what
hear
I mean?
you.
Like nothing
you.
substantial. So that's me. What about you?
I thought you were about to quote that song, "Work sucks." I know.
Oh, I could have.
Uh,
That's a missed
yeah.
opportunity. That's
Yeah.
right.
We can start again from the top. No, I'm kidding.
Take two. Take two. We're not live. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, not like last time.
Dude, that was crazy. That was crazy. We had
crazy.
server outages, and then the best part was on my personal stream, it interconnects on the cloud, the platform I use to stream through.
Yeah.
Same thing. Just 5 hours in, it just died. Couldn't reconnect.
weird.
Everything with all the assets are gone. I'm like, if they're locally stored on my PC, how does this not just hitting the connect button? So yeah, it wasn't just us. I looked up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other people too for multiple platforms. So we're back now.
Oh,
Feels good.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're here. We're here to talk about another film that's all sorts of crazy.
Yeah.
We reviewed How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days,
That's right.
and not just review it. For those who don't are regular listeners or watchers,
Mm-hmm.
we don't just review the movies, but after our break, we also then talk about what we would do next with the franchise, either a remake, reboot, something like that, and we give our pitches. So
It's gonna be a good time.
yeah, definitely. That's why they're movie leftovers. They're leftover. We're gonna reheat that shit.
Yeah. Before you get into the how much it cost and the reviews, I've got a few early thoughts on this movie.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Thought number one: if this happens in real life, when real feelings start to happen between two people,
Mhm.
like how dedicated to your bet or your magazine column are you really going to be?
Mm. Especially if you don't even like the job.
Right. Number two, I get it's not plot convenient, but from Andy Anderson's perspective, if she's told she can't write about what's important to her, wouldn't she just start pursuing a new job in DC and shit and just fucking leave? Like, be like, all right, I don't want to write about shoes. I'm off the scene. Thought number three, question to you. Have you ever stuck up for your homie at work to the point that you're inadvertently injecting yourself into a story or a situation, like writing a story such as How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days at work? Because you've not worked for a publication, but you've worked in media.
Broadcasting. Yeah.
Have you ever found yourself sticking up for a buddy on the spot and then suddenly having to be put in a situation like this? Or
That's a good question. No.
okay.
No. I have been help my buddy pitch a story for news
Yeah.
that maybe the news director or the EP doesn't really want to do.
Sure.
But, then we give our side of it and what's going on.
But it's more of a collaboration thing. It's not like
yeah. It's not
and then it's a story about how to
I didn't have to date a girl, make her fall in love with me to keep the story.
Yeah. So the premise of this whole thing is mostly that I get that it was a real reach to come to this plot line, but it was
100%.
It was a cute story, but it's like almost none of it's relatable. It's just pure slapstick comedy from that first opening sequence forward for me. So yeah,
it's an SNL sketch with heart.
That's the best way you could. That's perfect description of this. Yeah, it's an SNL sketch with a lot of heart and tries to be very cute. So we got reviews, we got price tags, we got inflation. What do we got?
We got all that stuff, man. So the film originally was released in 2003.
Sure.
Romantic comedy, filmed, directed by Donald Pertier, and the original budget for it was $50 million. The box office was 177 million. So,
okay.
Decent return on investment.
Not bad.
Yeah. The film starred Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey, and is based off, or apparently this is based off of a book.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, I had no idea that was a book.
Yeah.
honestly. And also, Kate Hudson is absolutely breathtaking in this movie. Holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a knockout.
Yeah. She's a pretty lady. On Rotten Tomatoes, let's get the old tomato factory going here.
The
Let's pull this up.
tomatometer.
The tomato meter, indeed. Yes, so here it is. So on Rotten Tomatoes, as you can see, the critic score was pretty low at 42%,
Hmm.
whereas the audience score seems to like it much more at 77%. The overall critic consensus is that Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson are charming together, but they can't overcome how to lose a guy in 10 days, silly premise and predictable script.
Yeah, that's about
Fair.
right. That's about right.
That's
You could
yeah.
kind of call the shots after in the home run stretch of the movie, the last, 30, 45 minutes, you could pretty much call the shots.
It's a very good Hallmark movie.
Mhm.
This is not my type of films, but for
No.
what it is, it's pretty good. It's not too bad.
Yep.
So as far as we like to read the 5 stars and 1 star reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
This is a highlight for
So,
me. This is a
yeah.
real highlight for me.
So we'll start with the 5 stars because it's pretty simple. This
Sure.
is from Art V, 5 stars, and he says great romantic comedy, just simple review. All right, that's fair.
Great.
But Reginald P.
Go,
only
Reg.
gave this film half a star. Well, no,
Wait, was that
Reggie
our
says,
first half star?
Oh no, we've had a couple half stars.
Okay.
Yeah, but Reggie says fans of the Jersey Shore will love it. Reggie, you're not wrong. You're
Yeah.
not wrong, buddy.
Yeah. That feels like a dig on multiple levels. Was that the entirety of the review?
That was the entirety of the review.
Yeah. That feels like a dig on so many levels. Like I have no connection to Jersey Shore. In fact, the most I know about Jersey Shore is I watched The Situation do a roast of somebody like one of those Comedy Central roasts or whatever, and then he was followed by Anthony Jeselnik, who ripped him apart, and it was hilarious because of that. But I've never seen a single episode of Jersey Shore, so
yeah, me either, man.
Eh.
Me either.
Who knows? I might like it.
So overall, you liked the movie though, as crazy as it was.
Yeah, for the way you described it, for what it was, I did. Not my kind of movie. Not something I would probably pay to go out and see. I would wait for it to come out on a streamer like we just did.
Yeah.
I have not seen this movie in its entirety before. I just watched it for this show, and I think I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it, in my younger days when it came out.
Mhm.
Definitely. But for what it was kind of cute and kind of funny. It was just very, like I said at the very beginning of the movie, it's like, I know where we're going. Like we're done here. But yeah, it was a kind of charming for what it was, but I didn't hate it, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I think so. For me, in my barometer, right?
Mhm.
I've had relationships in the past where you take one for the team and you watch these films. I'm sure you've done the same.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If I'm in such a situation, I would probably throw this film up. It's fun.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say I've been in a relationship before where she acted just like Andy Anderson. Like, oh God, no.
Maybe.
But now that we're thinking about it,
yeah, a little bit. There's definitely some Andy Anderson out there. Yeah, some fast. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm with you. There you go.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I have no Matthew McConaughey though, so
you've taken me all your way better. You've taken one for the team. You've put this on the tube before. You've seen this once or twice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
No, I've not seen this one. No.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this is my first time. Other films though I have seen, like Clueless or I did have to sit through what is her name? Anna Katrina, or I don't know. Some Russian, lots of fancy dress. Yeah.
Yeah. No idea.
I zoned out, man.
I've seen a few of those Notebook style movies.
I've done that one too. The Notebook.
I'm pretty sure those are a lot more hardcore romance movies than they would be like slapsticky, cute, lighthearted, fun, let's get together Hallmark type of movie like this was. But that's probably why I
I
wouldn't
just
recommend
Googled it.
it.
It's Anna Katrina. That is the film that
It is Anna Katrina.
endured.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have corrected you had I seen the movie, but clearly I have not. So.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, tell you what, let's take a break and then we'll come back with our pitches and
Yeah.
what we would do with this franchise.
Let's pay the
We'll be
bills.
right back. And we're back.
We have a
Yes.
cut screen, my man.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Well done.
You're welcome.
Welcome back to Movie Leftovers. I'm Angel.
Yes,
He's Dan.
welcome
Let's
back,
go.
everybody.
Yeah.
So, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right. So, not every one of my pitches can be bangers, right? I try. I really try.
I'm gonna win.
I really thought about this.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to do either a sequel. I didn't want to do a remake, right?
Okay.
I think the concept is too contrived to do a remake, right? And I think if you were going to do a remake, the obvious answer is How to Lose a Girl or How to Lose a Lady in 10 Days. And
Okay.
you just flip it, right? That's too obvious for me. So I had to do something different. Again, they can't all be bangers, but I tried. I tried really hard. Gold star for trying.
I love how you're setting the expectations for this one like as low as you possibly can. This is great.
I want it just flat on the ground low. So here we go. My pitch would be a semi sequel to this one, but
Okay.
with different characters. Okay?
Mhm.
And it would be called How to Lose a Third Wheel in 10 Days. And what
Directed
it would
by
be
Seth
is,
Rogen.
yeah, basically. It's basically a couple who is about to buy a house wants to get rid of one of their brother, right?
Yeah.
He's unmotivated, he's a slacker, he lives in the house with them, and they just want him out, right? But he's the brother, right? So they can't just be mean to him. And the house is closing soon, right? We'll give it that 10 days scenario. We'll give them some reason they got an amazing deal on another house and whatever the contrived thing we come up with. But they got to get rid of this guy in 10 days. So they not only got to get him out of the house, but they got to get him on a job. They got to get him as a functional adult. They got to ship him up in 10 days.
Wow.
And how are they going to? Yeah, right.
Is this degenerate an older brother or a younger brother?
You'll see with the cast. Right?
Okay. All right.
So for my cast, again, I'm going to go with the name alliterations. So instead of like Benjamin Barry and Annie Anderson, I'm going to go with Trip Taylor and Candace Crowe. That'll be the couple.
When
Trip,
you say Trip, I can't help but think about that Star Trek series with Scott Bakula.
Yeah. I thought about him too, being Trek cast, but
I like that guy.
Yeah, he was very good. So for my trip though, I wanted to go with somebody I also like, and I think is a fun character. I think he can be very lighthearted, very similar energy to Matthew McConaughey. I think I went with Andrew Garfield.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he'd be a lot of fun.
I dig it.
For my Candace, I wanted to go with somebody a little bit new, an up and comer, just like Kate Hudson was when this movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went with Amanda Midthunder. I don't know if you know that name.
No.
She was in the new Predator movie, Prey. She was the main character in that.
I haven't seen it. I can Google her though. Was she good?
Okay. She's a very fantastic performer.
Awesome.
So yeah, she'd be great in this. And then I needed a slacker, right? I wanted somebody that could. You just look at him and you know this person needs help in life, right?
Sure.
And I know, yeah, Seth Rogen is like the go-to in a lot of those scenarios.
Right.
But I wanted somebody a little bit more modern. So I went with Pete Davidson.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my cast and that's my pitch.
I like it. I might actually like my very first Pete Davidson anything in your movie there. Could be.
Maybe.
That's nice. Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
obviously the guy that's just loafing around and eating people's potato chips, and
Correct.
he's just there. He's just always
He's just
there.
Yeah.
I think the interplay between him and Andrew Garfield would be really sick. I actually like that a lot.
I think Andrew Garfield could be such the straight lace and Pete Davidson such the like that's going to be a good play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, man. What do you got?
Oh, man. Okay, this is a complete reimagining.
Okay.
And the title of this film, its working title as they are, is Love, Fact, and Fictions. Facts and Fictions. Okay. So plot, same movie until the second date, right? We're going to have the same setup. The bet is made. The article is, under review or draft. We kind of have characters established. The second date rolls around when Andy starts flipping out. Ben Barry immediately hits the fuck it button and hires an actress to portray him or to portray her for the I'm in love with you thing at the Diamonds event later on.
That's a smart idea.
Yep. Now his buddies that he works with on his side of marketing, they kidnapped the two women that knew Andy that could have spoiled the plan at the big reveal because those two girls knew who she was.
Yeah, they knew what was up. Yeah.
They knew why it wasn't going to work. So then Ben decides to drug his boss at the party so he can't really tell the difference between Andy and this hired actress that he has portraying her. So Robert, his boss, realizes that he's been drugged and has been arrested on the spot. So the two kidnapped women fall for their captors throughout most of this, or at least they lead on until we can get to a phone. Tony and Thayer, the two guys that were his homies that did the kidnapping, they're promptly arrested as well.
As they should be.
Yep. Now, Andy, meanwhile, having been dumped before her story really takes off, she tells her friend Michelle, hey, there's no story after all, and prepare to get fired. Sorry.
Oh, jeez.
So Andy and her friend get fired. Andy just moves off to Washington, D.C. by herself, right?
Yeah. Do you, boo-boo?
Yeah. Ben eventually gets out, moves to D.C. to look for a new job. He gets a job where the job itself is marketing insurance inside of a political magazine, which is where Andy was hired on. Now the scenes are taking place in D.C.
Okay.
Sees Andy and they begin dating again. He learns that he's the new centerpiece of her new article, How to Destroy Your Man's Psyche with the Political Arguments in 13 Easy Steps. Ben hits the fuck it button a second time and moves into his parents' place in Long Island. So he's off the scene again. Right? Andy can't figure out why her stories keep failing and calls her old friend Michelle. Michelle tells her basically to fuck off and stop ruining people's lives. Suddenly, Ben emerges.
Your film is basically a Quentin Tarantino film with all the swearing.
Yeah. Ben then emerges from Michelle's bathroom and it reveals that they're together now, even though he's living in his mom's basement. So weird story how that works. The movie then ends with a pull-away shot of Andy eating ice cream and pondering why people don't like her very much.
Oh, no.
And everyone's lives are just completely fucked and frazzled because of these encounters. So,
yeah,
that's more like a real-life story of that. Let's get into the cast. So, Ben Barry, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I like it.
Andy Anderson will be played by Ana de Armas.
Ooh, okay.
Michelle, her buddy, is going to be Anna Kendrick. That's who ends up with Dwayne Johnson at the end.
Those two pair nicely, yes.
Yep, the two kidnappers that are his homies at the firm that are also fired. Tony is Diego Luna, and Thayer is Sam Worthington. Just two random advertisement homies.
I like Diego Luna. He's great. Yeah. Andor's great.
Philip Warren, hard left. We're going Patrick Stewart for his boss that ends up getting drugged and decides, fuck you, you don't get the diamond contract.
Yeah.
Where are the two girls, the kidnapped women, Judy and Jeannie? Judy will be played by Parker Posey.
Oh, okay. It's been a while.
And Jeannie will be played by Bridget Moynihan.
Okay.
There you go. And nobody fucking wins, just like in real life.
And what are you still going with How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? Is that going to be the title?
Well,
no, more than 10 days in that.
No, it's much more than 10 days in that. The working title is going to be Love, Facts, and Fictions.
Ah, okay.
So at least The Rock and Anna Kendrick can start their relationship through happenstance, even though she was supposed to be the needy, clingy one. Turns out that's what Ben needed the whole time.
Can I give
And
you an alternate title, perhaps?
Andy Anderson can go fuck herself eating ice cream all alone.
There
Yeah.
you go.
What's the title?
Can I-
Go for it.
My alternate title for you: Stockholm Romance.
Yeah. Yeah. Twice.
Yeah, 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Or then
Yep.
you do the sequel, Stockholm Romance 2, Double the Trouble.
Double the trouble. It could be a story about twins or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I just took this in a really bizarre direction. I want the first half to be shot like it's a rom-com, and then the second half to be like really gritty, steady shot, lots of rain, people splitting apart, the DC vibe versus the New York vibe. And then it just gets weirder and weirder as these characters develop, and every single one of those plotline points, they're all kind of twisted and fucked up, and they're just out for themselves, and they kind of get what they deserve. Nobody wins, and we'll see what happens with Michelle and Ben.
Now that I'm thinking about it, what if we took a hard turn on this and Benny was a serial killer?
Right?
She just randomly picked out a guy.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, you're a cannon fodder for my my plots and plans. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
We could take it all the way back to Gordon Bombay.
Yes.
Right? And he could make an appearance, and suddenly we could have a killer along with all the other little serial killers. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Who else was? With Michael Rooker, M.K. Jansen, Kieran Culkin. They're all there, dude.
How about this? We put Emilio in this movie, but we don't tell him he's in a movie. We just have the actors like bomb him and just do crazy things, and we guerrilla shoot it.
Dude, how insane would that be?
Reactions.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Okay, so same premise. Who would be the best actor or best 2-3 actors that you could do that to, aside from Emilio? It would just be a glorious indie film.
Well, for sure, what's his name? Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Yep.
Christian Bale's gonna have a meltdown. It'll be glorious.
Mm-hmm.
I think Danny DeVito.
I think DeVito would be good. I also think Bruce Willis would be good.
Not in his current state.
Maybe not in his current state. Mel Gibson would be a riot just to see all that unfold, especially with all the bullshit that's
I feel like Mel Gibson was going to commit some crimes if you start bunking him.
That'd be the best part. Stallone too, probably.
Yeah, probably Stallone. I feel like Christopher Walken will out-weird you, no matter what you have your people do.
I would pay good money just to have a camera follow Christopher Walken around, just going to the coffee shop, going grocery shopping. Like,
have you seen the video where he teaches the internet how to make chicken?
No, I haven't.
There's a video of him like he legitimately wanted to do a cooking show.
No kidding. I bet he'd be good at it.
This is his pitch for a cooking show.
Oh, that's incredible. Yeah.
I think he wanted to call it Walking Into the Kitchen.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
No, now he's, I have seen, I think it's him. I'm pretty sure it's him. I've seen videos of him tap dancing, maybe. Like he's very talented tap dancer.
Yes, and then that's why he was in the Fatboy Slim video.
Okay, yeah. So. No, I just think he'd be an incredible dude just to guerrilla film and walk around. Now, many of the people don't know, and it's not out there. One of these days, we'll commit to it. We actually shot a film a long time ago, Sasquatch hunting.
Oh, God. Yes.
That was
so many sights we're seeing. Such sights to show you people.
Yeah.
Rock and roll, baby.
That was years ago, and it was fun. We just had a high-8 camera, and we chased Sasquatch around the Blue Mountains of Eastern Oregon in the fall, and it was cold up there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to shoot a sequel. I have better camera gear these days.
Boy, yeah, don't we all?
Yeah, I think 4x3 was like groundbreaking technology with tapes at the time we did it. So, not to date ourselves too hard, but yeah, I don't know. I think going back to How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, hadn't seen it, probably wouldn't have gone out of my way to watch it besides doing a breakdown on it, like for this show. It was cute though. Like I could see where it would be, boy and girl connect at the end and love prevails kind of thing. But to me, I think there's probably better romance stories to be had out there, I guess, if that's your genre. Maybe it's just me. Also, I like McConaughey, but not for this role. Yeah, I like McConaughey, but not for this role. Like when he's weird and he's doing, his stuff like Wolf of Wall Street, and even kind of a departure, but putting him over in what was that space movie? It took it was like a 3-hour movie from Nolan.
Oh,
Inception. Interstellar. Yeah, Inception was another one. I liked him in that too, but for a romance movie, it was kind of like, I don't know. I mean, he played the part all right, but I just don't see him in those kinds of movies. So maybe that's why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's pretty much it for the show as far as wrapping up what we saw.
You sent me the link. Perfect.
I did send you the link.
I'm going to watch this. Yeah, dude. So exciting stuff. I have to do a pre-meet, but one of my broadcaster and streamer friends, Ravnica, is supposed to be joining us for our next episode where we are going to watch The Sandlot.
Yes.
Which is super exciting. So I'm going to try and connect with her. And if that doesn't pan out, then Dan and I will be back to do Sandlot a la solo.
Or we'll come up with the spooky movie.
Yeah, because 'tis the season. We're getting down to, gosh, it's the last week before the Halloween holiday.
Yeah.
All right, what's plan B, just in case?
Well, you know what? Tell you what. Why don't we have people go to our social medias?
Mm-hmm.
It's just Movie Leftovers on all the social medias. Keep track of that. We'll let you know what we end up doing for sure.
Perfect.
And we'll go from there.
Yeah, let us know what you think. We have a Discord that's under construction. It's almost ready to go, and we'll have places to put your plots as well. And then you could vote on who won. So let us know who you think is killing it. And if you have any suggestions, let us know. It'd be fun.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for listening.
Heck yeah.
Bye.
See ya.